Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to go over a technical analysis of Bitcoin. We're going to delve into Wyckoff analysis on a few time frames, and it's going to really help us gauge the direction of the markets. So we're sitting at over an 80% win rate trading this asset over the past few months on our channel, and we're honestly just trying to keep the ball rolling here. So starting today, we're also opening up our private Discord to the public, which means you'll have access to our community and everyone who's sharing charts and bouncing ideas off each other. You'll also get direct access to me and my team, as well as exclusive resources that were only available to members. We also have a special goal in mind. Once we hit 1,000 subs, we're going to do a face reveal on our videos, and it's in hopes to make a better connection with you guys. It's our way of saying thank you for your support and helping us grow our community. So let's get to our analysis here. This is a chart of Bitcoin where the phases of Wyckoff accumulation are clearly marked out, and we'll talk about kind of the main points of this and how this is going to help us enter some of our trades that we'll talk about later in the video. So some of the main things to note, first is the preliminary support. You can see that the preliminary support is actually where we're finding support right now on Bitcoin, and this just acts as a point of either support or resistance, so it's just a good level to mark out. We've had a clear markdown into our selling climax, and usually after a selling climax you have your automatic rally. This is usually just a short covering or a dead cat bounce, but this is also fairly good to trade. Once you have your selling climax, you get a clear bottom, and you can make substantial trades during this dead cat bounce here. And then you need successful secondary tests. The secondary test is just where price revisits the area of the selling climax, and it tests the supply and demand and the balance at these levels. So if a bottom is confirmed, volume and price and spread should be significantly diminished as the market approaches the support in this area of the selling climax. And it's pretty common to have multiple secondary tests after a selling climax. And you can see that we have just a ton of secondary tests right here. And then the keynotes, or the most important part, is the spring, where you sweep out all the liquidity of the selling climax. Pretty much anyone who went long here and just holding, they're gonna get punished by market makers. Market makers are gonna bring the price down, sweep out all the liquidity, and then they'll start to accumulate their position. So once they accumulate their position, you can see that we actually had a really tight range here. I believe this was around 2 months. I remember trying to trade this, and it was just not really possible. So yeah, it was around 60 days. This is really difficult to trade, and this is just where you don't really want to do anything on the lower time frame. There's just not enough liquidity here, and smart money is just eating up all the possible supply here before they start their markup campaign. And pretty much the spring is this is where all the dominant players start to actually come out, and they'll just vacuum up all the liquidity here, and they'll make their own move, and this is how they make the majority of the money. So pretty much how you want to trade is you want to be getting in when they're accumulating. You just want to accumulate with smart money. This is how you make the biggest moves in trading large assets like this. Now I want to get into this markup portion. I marked it out on a different chart here. So we're kind of experiencing the same thing, but just in the opposite direction. So we just experienced accumulation. Now we're going to experience distribution here after these large moves. After expansions like this, we go over on a channel that after expansions, you get ranges. Same thing. After expansion, you get ranges. And this is kind of my idea of what I think will happen. If we follow Wyckoff distribution, we're going to get some sort of distribution throughout this range, and another upthrust to clear out all the liquidity if anyone who went short a little too early. So there's multiple ways you can really trade this, and we'll go over this shortly. You can enter short positions here to the bottom of this range, enter long positions from the bottom of the range. We get secondary tests here, and you can enter it to clear up the liquidity. There's a lot of different ways to trade this, but yeah, we'll go over that shortly. But this is kind of the idea where our support and resistance are actually pretty set, and we have a playground to play around in. And now to go into a lower time frame on this markup right here. So we had our uptrend, this explosive move. We have our buying climax, our secondary tests. You know, all of the phases of Wyckoff distribution are showing on a lower time frame as well. Although I do believe that we can get another sweep of these highs. I'll show you that when we go over our trades. But just to show you guys really quickly, even on the lower time frame, we're experiencing Wyckoff distribution here, and the range is getting pretty tight, and we can get some pretty volatile shakeouts. So you do have to be careful when you're trading this, but I'll show you guys how I am planning to trade this and how our Discord is planning to trade this, our trading community. So let's get to our trade analysis here. There are a few things that I wanted to talk about, and it's in line with our Wyckoff analysis. So if you go to our Wyckoff analysis, we have this idea that we're going to get distribution within this range that just formed, and an up thrust to clear out the liquidity of anyone who went short a little too early here. So in line with that theory, we're going to see some sort of move down here, right? Distribution within the range and an up thrust and then move down. So the thing that's very possible here is that we're getting a lot of coiling within this pennant. So we're going to see a sweep of all the liquidity up here, possibly tapping into this daily order block, which would be our first tap, our distribution, and we'll possibly get a second tap into this order block before a larger move down here. So this is definitely a possibility, and this is likely what I'm going to base my trades off of in our trading Discord here. So if that is the case, this is how we're going to set up our levels here. So we have a lot of untapped supply down here on these broken bases. So definitely on trades down here. So if we set up fibs, assuming that we don't get a sweep, this is our high. But if we do get a sweep, we're going to adjust our fib levels. So if we get a sweep like this and we do come down, our fib level will be adjusted to something like that. But either way, you can see that we're relatively close to our golden pocket somewhere down in this area. So the main things I'm considering here are these. This H4 broken base and this previous week VWAP. You can see this green line. This is the VWAP from one of the previous weeks. I believe this was a few weeks ago. 1, 2, 3, around 4 weeks ago. On top of that, we have our monthly deviation of March, which is also down this level. We have a lot of overlapping values down here. So long trade you can take is you can even accumulate within this range as well. But if you want a tighter stop, you can take trades, you can enter here, have your stop right here, which is definitely a possibility. If you would like to have, kind of larger stops, this is something that's possible too. You can even do below this swing low. But in our Discord, we're probably going to take a trade that looks more like this. We're going to probably DCA into our position. Probably our first entry here. Oh, whoops, this is a short trade. So our first entry here on this broken base. Stop here. Our second entry will be on this VWAP. Stop here. And then you can have a third entry on this broken base. Something like this. You can DCA into your position and taking your profits up at this order block. These are trades that our Discord will be looking at. Lot of overlapping values here. You even have your POC of, let's see, actually go back a little bit here. Yeah, you have your POC in this area as well. So a lot of confluence for price to kind of come down here and move back up. So what is triple confirmation? So this is triple confirmation. So we'll go over all the confirmations one at a time. So once you have a buildup of liquidity, you get a sweep. That's your first confirmation. Your second confirmation is the creation of the broken base. So once price closes above these highs, mainly the highest high right here, you get a broken base. So that's the broken base on the 4 hour. This is your broken base. This is your second confirmation, and your third confirmation is when price comes down to retap into this supply created by this broken base. Once you have this third confirmation, which is where we enter our trades, this is where likely you get retaps of supply or demand and a very, very high chance of reversal. So So instead of taking the trades, here, where you don't have like these confirmations and price could just keep dumping, you get confirmation of these, you get wait for the retrace, and then you get confirmation of either bullish or bearish order flow. And that is how we take our trades on the channel. So although we could take trades that look like this, as we mentioned earlier, if you want to enter a short trade, you enter on the sweep, which is your first confirmation. You did get optimal RR like that, but it's just not as safe. So a trade that we would take like this on our channel, we would wait for the sweep and then price come down. So sweep is our first confirmation. Price coming down, breaking this low will be our second confirmation. And our third confirmation, which would be our trade entry, would be on the broken base that was created here. And then our stop would be right above the swing high. And then price would end up retracing, fill up supply, and we take this trade back down to the bottom of the range. Whereas if you try to enter somewhere in here, price might just, keep on skyrocketing or just go straight past this order block. That's all very possible. But I believe taking very safe trades and compounding your account is the better way to make money in trading. But this is just my style. This is what I advocate on my channel. This is not financial advice. It's just, how I do things and how our Discord likes to do things. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please let me know. I have more videos coming out. Planning to do a lot of market analysis and give you guys stock picks as well. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, please leave me a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions or if you guys want this on any other cryptocurrencies. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.